Neom, Saudi Arabia's $500 billion bet to build a futuristic city in the desert. Have you heard about Neom? It is a mega city that's under construction to completely change the face of Saudi Arabia. Think of a place that could see the country in a different light. In 2017, this ambitious project was disclosed by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as part of Saudi Vision 2030. The goal of this vision is to reduce Saudi Arabia's dependence on oil, develop its economy, and upgrade public services. This plan centers around Neom, a futuristic city growing out of the desert with a $500 billion investment. Let's delve into this and find out how Neom is defining the future of Saudi Arabia. This mega city will be located in Tabuk province, a northwestern province of Saudi Arabia, and is planned to span this area. The overall area will be around 10,230 square miles, or almost the same size as Kuwait and Qatar combined. The cost is now anticipated to be at least $500 billion, with the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia and the international investors providing the majority of the funding. So what exactly makes up this mega city? Well, there are three parts: the line, the octagon, and the trohina. But we'll start with the line because it's the focal point of everything. This is the line, and while it appears to be one large wall, it is actually two parallel towers with mirrored surfaces. They stand 1,640 feet tall and 656 feet wide, stretching 75 miles across arid terrain and the Red Sea. They appear to be independent, but they are connected by walkways and split into communities that are intended to provide all the advantages of city life to 9 million people within a 5-minute walking distance. There are gardens inside parks, and they are designed with optimal temperature management, ensuring that you enjoy great weather at all times. The site is designed to be a paradise, and it will be completely accessible in 20 minutes by a high-speed train that runs the length of the megastructure. Its contribution toward the Saudi Vision 2030, nevertheless, is diverse. It is clear that the city has been created for people. It is not car-centric. There are no streets and therefore no emissions. The line will be completely powered by renewable energy with zero carbon emissions. In order to protect 95% of the surrounding landscape, including coastal desert, mountain, and upper valley areas, this plan will avoid building a large metropolis that makes it a first of its kind. The octagon, which is fashioned like an octagon, will float in the Red Sea, while the other portion will remain on land. This will be Earth's biggest floating structure, encompassing around 19 square miles. It covers the modest present port of Duba and will significantly enhance the commerce and manufacturing hub to compete with others in the Middle East. All of Octagon will be automated and interconnected with artificial intelligence, predictive intelligence, and robots used to build a fluidly efficient supply chain, making it the world's first completely automated port and integrated logistics center powered entirely by renewable energy. The Red Sea accounts for around 13% of world commerce, and Octagon appears to be better positioned to capitalize on this than any other port in the region. It will act as a stimulus for economic growth and diversification in the ARM and Saudi Arabia as a whole, contributing to the country's objective of transitioning away from oil dependency. People will live, work, and relax at Octagon in the future, much like they did on the line, with housing for 90,000 residents and 40 to 50 businesses expected by 2030, transforming it from a port to a city. The Octagon will also be connected to the line and a new Neom airport under construction via high-speed rail, providing the city with improved airport access and transit. Finally, Trohina is in the northernmost area of Neom. To be honest, despite its appearance, this area holds little significance. It's mostly a premium tourist attraction. It'll be the first outdoor skiing resort in the Gulf states, located in the mountains at an elevation of 8,350 feet above sea level. The Vault, a folded vertical village that mixes technology and design, houses the majority of the hotels, restaurants, and other facilities. The objective is to squeeze everything into one location so that everything else remains unspoiled by nature, with the exception of this gigantic man-made lake that is over 2 miles long and placed in the middle of the region. However, because of the vast geographical area that comprises the soon-to-be megacity, this is a notion that is important to Neom as a whole. 95% of it will be unchanged. Anyway, Trohina is expected to be finished by 2026 and attracts 700,000 visitors every year, as well as 7,000 permanent inhabitants. Now I'd like to go a little more into Neom, beginning with its name. The name Neom was made up of two words. The The first three letters are Neo, which means new in Greek, and the letter M is the initial letter of the Arabic word musktabal, which means future. So it's essentially named New Future because that's precisely what it aspires to be, the new future. But more importantly, Mohammed bin Salman wants Neom to place Saudi Arabia on the world map. Consider two of its neighbors, Egypt and the United Arab Emirates. Egypt has the pyramids, while the UAE has Dubai. What do the Saudis have? Don't get me wrong, Saudi Arabia has a lot of things, but none of them are genuinely world-renowned. This is exactly what Neom is supposed to be Saudi Arabia's equivalent of the pyramids. However, it is difficult to do so when the entire endeavor is fraught with controversy. Critics have accused Saudi Arabia of greenwashing, in which they make grand environmental claims to divert attention away from the city's ongoing construction. For example, the site chosen for Neom was described as empty land, although it is not. The Howitat tribe has lived on part of the area for millennia, with ancestors dating back to the establishment of the Saudi kingdom. About 20,000 Howitat tribal members are being forcibly evicted to make place for Neom. They face threats, abductions, torture, harassment, and even death because they refuse to leave their homes. This was the destiny of Abdul Rahim al-Huwaiti, a prominent internet figure who opposed the Neom project and refused to leave his house. He anticipated that he would be assassinated shortly after criticizing it, and he was correct. Within hours, Saudi special troops attacked his residence, and he was killed. Now the United Nations is getting involved. There is a story that has been virtually drowned out by the ridiculous Neom ideas that have dominated the media. As a result, millions of dollars have been spent on public relations operations to try to rehabilitate Neom's reputation. Being a prospective landmark embroiled in controversy is not ideal. Overall, the benefits of Neom are remarkable. Furthermore, it is estimated that about 380,000 jobs would be created as a result, and they even want to become the world's most food self-sufficient country by employing greenhouses and vertical gardening. However, as Saudi Arabia imports 80% of its food, this will undoubtedly be a struggle in the middle of a harsh desert. Regardless, there is no doubt about the benefits that Neom might possibly provide. But what I, and I'm sure many others are asking, is if it will succeed. I believe we should discuss two topics. The first question is, who is it intended for? Now, the individuals in control of Neom have stated that the city is for everyone. Not just the incredibly affluent, which may be true, but it does not appear to be the case at this time. I mean, so much about the luxury has been disclosed without mentioning the pricing and how they'll be affordable to regular people. And does it apply to Saudis as well? It was declared in order to assist Neom and help them in achieving their goals, the city will operate outside of the country's established structure. Specifically, it was suggested that Neom will have its own labor and tax laws, as well as a distinct court system from the rest of Saudi Arabia. The city will be a part of Saudi Arabia, although not necessarily at the same time. Why is this? It's certainly to recruit the most varied and skilled personnel, as they've previously stated, and that's a sound strategy. But does this imply that Neom will be an international metropolis catering to foreigners, tourists, and wealthy Westerners who do not want to comply with laws such as Saudi Arabia's alcohol ban? Second, would these people really want to live in the line? Because, despite being car-free and high-tech, you'll still be constrained to the line. Will 9 million people genuinely prefer to live here than in a regular city? Maybe there'll be, maybe not, but it is worth considering. In my perspective, I hope Neom succeeds since it has the potential to be revolutionary, but there appear to be a lot of outrageous claims that may simply be unrealistic. Only time will tell if this is true. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments section below, and thanks for watching.